It's so great to be able to join you in virtual community for a few minutes today. I'm grateful to Elizabeth Babcock, Ruthie Lieberman, and the entire team at Empath for the invitation to say a few words. I want to begin by expressing my gratitude. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who joined this conference today. Thank you to everyone who made this conference possible. And thank you to you for your participation today because you are intent on bettering yourselves, on bettering your families, and bettering your communities. There's a lot of talk in the media about the squad, but they seem to miss the fact. The squad is certainly bigger than 4 members of Congress. The squad is big. Our squad includes anyone and everyone who is committed to making justice a reality. Racial justice, social justice, economic justice, food, housing, healthcare, and more. Because we know that the health of the individual, our families, and our communities are inextricably linked. Now, I don't want to get too political this morning, but if the last 4 years have taught us anything, it's that our destinies are tied. Echoing that oft-quoted line from one of my favorite pieces of writing by the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. in a letter from a Birmingham jail, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. And so we must address it all. We cannot be siloed in our organizing or in our legislating. This pandemic and economic crises have highlighted and exacerbated every inequity in our country. Our essential workers who have risked their health and their families' health to ensure our communities and our families have what we need to survive are disproportionately women and people of color, and they were not shown the respect that they have earned even before the first diagnosis of COVID-19. Many are just now getting the memo that their work is essential, but they're forgetting that their lives are essential too. It is incumbent upon us to address the root causes of inequity, to be radical in our reimagining of a country which centers the humanity and the dignity of all our families, of all our communities. That means reckoning with past policies which have created and perpetuated these inequities and ensuring that future policymaking recognizes and corrects these past exclusions. The same precision that guaranteed Black communities would be left out and left behind by large-scale federal investment must now be applied to guarantee that we will not only be included, but that we will be centered in the federal response. Again, racial justice is economic justice. The March on Washington was the March on Washington for jobs and freedom. The right to a dignified and well-paying job is fundamental to our larger fight for true equity. And that is why the work you do here is so critical. As we look to the future, we must be intentional in our efforts to create a just transition for workers displaced not only by this current economic crisis, but by the realities of climate change and our nation's growing care needs. Thank you again for your continued partnership in the work and for creating this space for change makers to come together and to build each other up. Thank you.